Good day all, how you all doing? So I'm doing a little video today just so I can show you what I've been doing and stuff. It's not an RC car. I have done the lights in my TRX 4M now guys. I got the lights all in there and the ones in the light bar on the roof. But that isn't what this is about. Some of you eagle-eyed people already see something in this picture that is going to relate to, and you could probably see the bottom of his legs now up here. And it's the 1/4 scale Neca Predator figure. Now, this is what he looks like when you get him out of the box. He's all clean, there's hardly no weathering, and he just looks too clean. Well, not a lot of people probably would do this, so I have got to give a big shout out to Dean Knight 333, because he is the one who's inspired me to do this. I've been adding weathering over the armor. I mean, I don't know how long I've been applying it and adding it, but I think it's making it look way better and it's making it look more realistic. Like I've added some over his trophies there. I just got to I've got to flip them around and do the underneath parts. But yeah guys, I've added quite a lot of weathering onto the armor. I've left his blades shiny, but yeah, look. I've done it all over the cast there. I think it just makes the armor look more better because it looks more realistic. Like, that is too clean. I mean, it looks great, but it is too clean for a Predator. A Predator doesn't look that clean. He probably doesn't even look that clean when he jumps out of the goddamn spaceship. So yeah, I've added a whole load of weathering, guys, and I will tell you how I've accomplished this. It has took many hours of work to even get to this stage. But yeah, I will share with you how I've accomplished this. Those of you that do this kind of thing anyway kind of know. But yeah, I think doing this has made it look way better. So thank you, Dean Knight, for inspiring me to do it. Otherwise, I don't think I would have, because as you know, these figures aren't really cheap. They are quite expensive. But when you compare it to a Hot Toys Predator, the price of this, I would say this is more affordable than a Hot Toys Predator. And the main reason I say that is because the Hot Toys Predator figures do sell for quite ridiculous amounts of money at times, like £300-400, £500. I mean, lucky enough, I picked a few up on the way, and I managed to get them for reasonable prices, but they were still more expensive than him. So, like, he to buy is about 160, 170, getting him from a retail shop. If you get him online from someone who's selling it, they will probably ask more like 190, 200 plus. Like, because I have seen this figure for like 200 plus. I wouldn't pay that myself, not really, but I did buy a Hot Toys Predator, and I paid, so I'll tell you how much I paid for him. I paid 135 for him, and like I said, he usually sell for about 170-ish. Now, from my Hot Toys Predator, I have got a couple of them, but I have also got a couple of AliExpress jobs as well, which I will show you in a video. If you want to see them, guys, just let me know and I'll show you them, compare them. But yeah, for the Hot Toys Predator, I will go with my Scar Predator because he's my recent one. I paid 180 for him, but he is not an actual fully complete Scar Predator. He is made up of Hot Toys But I'll go into that in another video. So 180 quid versus like 160. Lucky enough, I got him for 135. And like I said, because of the price point, a lot of people really don't want to do this kind of thing to it. They just want to leave it like that. So yeah, it's alright if you want him like that, like as clean as that. I think he still looks quite good, but adding the weathering will give it a more of a realistic look. And as you can see on the helmet, he's got like the 2 bullet damage effects here, which I don't really like. So I'm not going to put the head completely on, but I will just, oh actually I don't know if I will. Hang on, let me just, so I haven't popped the head fully on. I just put it on there so I could show you that I have actually got rid of the bullet effects because I don't really like them. I think it looks way better with the cleaner look. I mean, the bullet effects don't look too bad if they would have weathered. If they would have weathered that a bit more to blend that in, it would have looked alright. And I was doing that on mine. But what had happened is, on this one up here, I was weathering it and it was going alright, it was looking pretty good. And then I guess I didn't leave it long enough for the paint to dry and I was dabbing it, adding some more weathering. But what it was doing, it was taking the paint off, it was taking it off. So what I did was, the reason why I've left this silver paint here is because that is the paint I used to recover this, and then I obviously added black wash over it to dull it down. And yeah, that's how I've got rid of the bullet effects on the mask. So yeah, I think he does look a lot better, guys. So like I've added some weathering in here. Like I've added weathering all over the place. Also on my Predator, you see this where it's all silver here. Mine was actually black. So if I grab this a minute, this is one of the paintbrushes I've been using. I need to go and clean this actually. So from like here all the way around here it was already black. There was no silver on it. So again, I used this silver paint, painted it, and then just added some black wash to dull down the silver. Otherwise all this would have already been black. There was no colour on it. And I've also used the same trick on the AliExpress Predator feet. I'll show you that in another video. I'm not going to do it in this video because I'm just going to concentrate on this in this video. But I used the same effect to redo some Predator feet on some AliExpress figures. I'll show you them in another video though. So yeah, for now, this is how he's looking. This is how far I've got. I will explain to you now how I've done this, and if you want to do it to yours, I'll tell you a way you can do it so you won't really ruin your figure. But I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to pan around to the back. These figures are so massive, it's blaming awesome. See? And I don't know how many hours I've spent so far doing this, but it is quite a lot. I've probably spent at least 10 to 12 hours doing this. I did a lot of it yesterday and I've been working on it today. But I will give you an idea in a minute on how you can recreate this without really going too far or damaging your figure too much. Well, not damaging your figure, but just going overboard and then it looking shit. So the way I did it is, obviously you need some black wash, or you can make your own. I use this Vallejo black wash. And then I used this brush, which is actually a makeup brush. I just trimmed it right down. And I've mainly done that. So what I've been doing is getting it in the paint, dab it on here a little bit to take off the excess, and then just literally do that all over the character. Just do it. Like, it will take a lot. I've already used at least half a bottle of this already on him so far. Obviously he's a big figure, so it is going to take a lot, because as you can see, there is a lot of metal areas. So like I said, I literally took this and I went over it and gave it all basically a light coat over the armor just to dull it down, and then over stages, excuse me, over stages. So I've got 3 brushes. This one, excuse me, I got the hiccups a minute. I have got more brushes. This one and this one, which is a really fine one. So once I'd gone over the armor with this brush, I then took this brush, same tactic, dipping it in the paint, dabbing off excess, and then what I was doing then is coming in and getting into these bits. So I was dabbing this into these like parts, and like if I show you down here, and into these bits, and then just kind of dabbing it to make it look like that weathered effect, you see. So it's all done in stages. Like this is probably done 3 or 4 on this leg. So you just do one initial coat lightly, and then just go over the little details, dabbing it to darken out the areas that you want to darken out. And then to fully darken it is when you hit it. I look at it as 3 stages. So you do the initial wash, a very light wash. Then you do the darkening stage, well, like what I was just on about with this. And then to do the fully dark stage, you use this brush and then fill the area with the paint. And then that way it will make it really darken them areas, you see. And that's how I've achieved that look. So like, it's had like 3 or 4 different coats in them areas to get the different darknesses. Initially it would have probably just been like this kind of dark, sort of like this, which would have just dulled it down a bit. Then what you do is you wait, or because this stuff you can actually cheat, guys. I did use it a couple of times, not all the time. Most of the time I've just been letting it dry naturally, but you can cheat and use a hairdryer and dry it off with a hairdryer, which will then allow you to go over an area if you wish to darken it even more. Say like in here, that's probably had at least 5 different layers in there, including that first initial darkening layer, which, like I said, you just do that light and then you build up the darker areas by just going over them. So yeah, that's probably had like 5 or 6 like going over in that area to make it darker than the rest. Like up here is probably had 2 or 3. Like I've just added some little bits in the areas. I did also run the wash around in the grooves a little bit. But yeah, guys, that's how I've achieved it. So it's kind of like 3 stages. The way you got to look at it is the initial wash, then highlighting your dark tones by doing that method what I showed you, just dabbing it with, say, like a brush like this. And then to make it even more darker, once all that's dried, like I said, you can cheat and use a hairdryer. You then just kind of fill these areas with the paint. So you would literally get this brush like this, like a thin brush like this, dip it in the paint, and then literally dip it in here so it like kind of fills the hole. Eventually that will just kind of tone itself down, and then yeah, you'll end up with that kind of result. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you how far I've got with this Predator figure, and I wanted to do it now as I'm in the process of doing it, so I'd remember how I've done it and how to explain to you how I did it. Like if I left it for 2 weeks and then done the video, I might have forgot the technique I was using to do it. Like bear in mind, I'm not actually a customizer, I'm not a painter as such, but I think the method that I have used has been working. As you can see, like especially up here on this cannon part on the back and on his mask in them like grooves, like I said. But I think I am liking the way this is turned out on the back of here. Like you can see the different tones in colour. Look. Okay, I haven't finished not yet. I would say I'm pretty much there. I would say at least 80 to 90% nearly finished. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you how far I've got with this Predator before I get too far into it, and then I wouldn't even remember where to start to tell you where I started with it. But on that note, thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, leave any comments, and I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, there you go, guys. I think I'm going to call him done. Yeah, I think he looks way better now. So yeah, guys, I'm definitely going to call him finished.